how would you have approached Brock if you had to fight Brock?
Oh, Brock's easy. All you gotta do is punch him in his face.
Ooh.
No, he just didn't like getting punched. Like if you ever watch, he's one of those guys that he would like. If you ever you've seen guys spar, and then that's how I can tell if you're not a fighter. When they start turning their face like that. But then the difference is he's a wrestler, so he's a grinder. So he'll like, I gotta get here, and he'll push his way through it. But if you're like when he fought Cain Velasquez, like Cain just touched him on his face, and I was like, ah. It's like watching when he fought Shane Carwin. Shane Carwin just ran out of gas.
That's the worst, right? I mean, tell me a little bit about because you were a guy that everyone always has something to say about your conditioning, right? Like, but I've always thought, maybe it's because I've played sports my whole life, that conditioning is a lot more than just being able to run up a hill. It's about being able to maintain your own pace and impose your pace on people, and also just know yourself.
I think like conditioning wise, it's really comes down to it because they automatically go off of how you look, like that corporate thing. If I didn't have a beard and I had a 6-pack, they would go, "Oh, that guy's fit," and then be like, "Well, maybe I'm pull-ups," you know what I mean? Like, but like, and then when people go, "Well, how fast do can you run?" Like when I was younger, I could run, but I'm not running now because I don't run in a fight. Like that's the like so. Like, well, don't you do any road work? And I'm like, you know what road work's for? It's either to keep your weight in check or to keep your legs moving where when you get hit in the head and you're knocked out, your body's like, okay, just got to keep moving the legs. Like people don't understand what road work is actually for. It's not for like conditioning. It's not like, oh, I'd rather swim all day.
Was that your kind of cardio, quote unquote, of choice?
No, that was my cardio choice after when I got older. My cardio choice was ready to spar
Just sparring.
and just more sparring because that's what I do.
So Strickland must be your best disciple.
No, well, see, Strickland does I think that's the reason why he does have good cardio is because he goes 100% every time. I think if he was 37, 38, I don't think he would have that same attitude.
Was there any time you ever got into a situation in a fight where you're like, fuck, I didn't manage my conditioning well or cardio well and it fucked you over?
You know what? The first the first time I ever fought Junior Dos Santos, I never did any conditioning. I never even really trained.
What?
Like my training for fights was pretty much like doing jiu-jitsu, and then maybe 2 days a week I would go hit maybe do some bag work, and then my first six fights would just be 10 o'clock jiu-jitsu class.
Really?
I wouldn't even I wouldn't even do anything. I would just do the morning class and like, oh, let's go. And then people go, oh, you want to fight? Fight? Sure, whatever. Because there was no,
I love it.
there was no like mentality behind it of like, I'm trying to pay the bills with this.